Hello, second graders. Pack your bags, get your passports. We're going on a trip, and we're visiting a whole new country and a new continent that we have not been yet. So I am super excited to introduce to you today the country we're going to go to. Just to give you a little clue, it is not in North America and it is not in South America. We are traveling to the continent of Africa. Africa has many, many countries in it. So you might be wondering, well, Mrs. Davis, what country inside of Africa? Well, let me tell you. So if we click on Africa, we are looking for the one that is in yellow, Ethiopia. Let's see if I can go a little bit zoomed in. Oops. So here's Africa. I'm going to try to zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. Right here. This is Ethiopia. You can see near Ethiopia, we have Somalia, um, Uganda, Kenya, Sudan. I'm going to try to pronounce this right. Eritrea, and Djibouti. So those are all the countries that surround Ethiopia in Africa. Very cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by reading a book about um, Ethiopia. And also, I did want to let you guys know that we have a friend in Miss Smith's class who is from Ethiopia. DeWitt, his family is from Ethiopia. So I'm excited to introduce to you guys this new country that is near and dear to DeWitt's family. All right, this is Ethiopia. Breathtaking, friendly, colorful. Ethiopia is a large country in Africa. It is about as big as Texas and California put together. So if you take two of our states, you have the country of Ethiopia. And here you can see it's inside of Africa. More than 100 million people live in Ethiopia. So lots and lots of people live there. Ethiopia has different types of land. There are mountains, deserts, and forests. And it shows you, this is a picture of a forest and a desert. You can see the camels that are in the desert. Instead of using horses, they use camels in the desert. Ethiopia's Great Rift Valley has huge dry plateaus. Remember, plateaus are that flat part of the land that's next to a big mountain. And it also tells us that a rift is a large crack or split in the earth. So this apparently is a big split and crack in the earth. You can go visit it in Ethiopia. Ooh, my favorite. Amazing animals live in Ethiopia. Rare Ethiopian wolves roam the mountains. So this is the wolves that live there. They look a little different than the wolves that we have here in the United States. They're rare. That means you don't see them very often. I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly, but Walia ibex live on steep cliffs. They almost remind me of like a goat, kind of, maybe a billy goat, but it's called a Walia ibex. That's what this is. Furry galadas munch on mountain grass. Galata is a type of monkey. Galatas have a patch of bright red skin on their chest. You can see it right here, the bright red on this monkey. Addis Ababa is the capital of Ethiopia. It is also the country's largest city. More than 3 million people live there. So you can see kind of a picture of what the big city looks like from up above. And then here is a popular spot that you can visit. The name Addis Ababa means new flower. So the name of the city is called New Flower, or Addis Ababa. Ethiopia has worked hard for its freedom. Twice the country has fought wars to keep its independence. And here's a picture of one of the wars. It was a painting. Must have been a long time ago. In 1916, a woman named Zuditsu became Ethiopia's ruler. She was the country's first woman leader in hundreds of years. And this is a picture of her Zuditsu. And then each year on March 2nd, Ethiopians celebrate their freedom. You can see they're carrying their flag, celebrating their freedom. Many languages are spoken in Ethiopia. Amharic is the most common. This is how you say hello to friends in Amharic. Salam. So if you're saying hello to your friend, someone that's the same age as you and is your friend, so maybe someone in your class, you can say salam. Now, if you're saying hello, let's read this part and you'll see how to say hello to someone who's older or like a teacher or something. This is how you say hello to teachers and other adults. So you would say Tenayis Tilin. Tenayis Tilin. Tenayis Tilin. So that's what you would say to me or Miss Smith or any adult really. So maybe you're a friend of your parents, something like that. You would say Tenayis Tilin. I wonder if I'm pronouncing it right. I'd have to ask DeWitt to see if he knows. Amaro is another language spoken in Ethiopia. So it looks like Amharic is not the only language. It says many languages are spoken there, but the most common is Amharic. Several of Ethiopia's languages use J's alphabet. It is one of the oldest alphabets still in use. So look at this. You can see all the letters in the of their alphabet on here. They don't look like our letters, right? They look different. But the letters like this are actually older than our letters. So our A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the way we have it, that's newer. This is more old and how it's been for a lot longer. So really theirs is more traditional and what was originally used. So you can see these types of letters. We might not know it, but when they look at it, they know what the letters are and what it's saying. So they can read it just like we can read our letters. J's, I think it's pronounced J's, letters can be found on many ancient artifacts. So this is an old stone carving and you can see they use those types of letters. And then here's a sign. Let me move myself. It says modern signs in Ethiopia are still written in J's. So you can see on the top it has the J's letters and on the bottom it says where to go. Again, the letters in J's and it says palace, an office, entrance, ancient church, museum, exit. Pretty cool. All right. Hungry? Ethiopian food is delicious. Meat stew, I'm going to put myself here. Meat stew, called wat, are served with vegetables. The food is arranged on a flat, spongy bread called injera. So you can see the meat, this is the wat or the stew, and then this is the bread-like thing that's called injera. It's underneath it. Do you see how it's like on the bottom of it? That's injera. Ethiopians use injera to scoop up their food. So instead of using a fork or a spoon or something, they're going to use the bread called injera, and they're going to use it to scoop up their food and eat it. Delicious, delicious. Oh, by the way, let me tell you a quick story. Mr. Davis, he went to an Ethiopian restaurant and he said it was one of his favorite. It was so delicious. So if you ever get a chance, maybe you can go to an Ethiopian restaurant and try the delicious food. You're going to have to eat it with the injera though. Instead of a fork or a spoon or something, you're going to use the bread, injera, to eat it. Okay, let's keep going. After a big meal, it's time for a coffee ceremony. Coffee beans are roasted, ground, and boiled in front of guests. Roasting coffee beans, so that's what this person's doing. The oldest person gets the first cup. Salt is sometimes added to Ethiopian coffee instead of sugar. Many Ethiopians are farmers. They grow coffee, corn, and sugarcane. Ethiopian coffee is famous around the world. Many people like to drink that type of coffee. It's pretty good. Some Ethiopian farmers grow colorful flowers. What time is it? In Ethiopia, time is based on when the sun rises and when the sun sets. There are 12 hours of daytime and 12 hours of nighttime. So Ethiopian time is organized differently than standard time. We use standard time. For example, our 7 o'clock a.m. is called 1 o'clock in the day in Ethiopia. So there you go, set up a little bit different. And here's a little table to show you what it would look like. This is our time, how we use time, and this is how Ethiopians use time. It's different, but it still tells the time of day. What sport is popular in Ethiopia? Running. Ethiopian runners are known for their speed and their stamina. Stamina is just how long you can go. Many have won Olympic gold medals. Soccer is also a popular sport. And that is the end. Now to finish off, boys and girls, I wanted to show you this is the flag of Ethiopia. You can see the green, yellow, red, the star in the middle with the blue. Very cool. That's their flag. And then I got these two pictures off the internet. This is like the city. And this is just one of the pictures of the beautiful mountains around. Very beautiful. And then as I told you guys, DeWitt's family is from Ethiopia. So I got some pictures from DeWitt's family. And you can see here, he has his mom and then him. And this dress that she's wearing is, this white dress is a traditional ceremony dress. So that's what Ethiopian women would wear for a traditional ceremony dress. Then here you can see DeWitt. There's this picture and then there's another picture of DeWitt with his brother. And they are wearing this green outfit and it's for a holiday. So that's why they're dressed in that color and that clothes. So you can see that. And then let's see, there's one more set of pictures. Here we go. Oh, just kidding. Sorry, it's these three. Pretty cool. Thank you for sharing, DeWitt. Maybe you can share with your class later today at some point more about your Ethiopian heritage and anything that you know about it. And I also would love to learn more about the language and how to speak Amharic, I think is what it's called. I wonder if that's what your family speaks, or do they speak one of the other many languages spoken there? That would be something that we could ask DeWitt. What language does your family speak? Is it Amharic, like most Ethiopians, or is it one of the other ones? All right, guys, it is now time for you guys to tell 3 things that you have learned about Ethiopia. It is a unique country, so try to tell something different that you haven't said. Many of the countries, actually all the countries we've gone over, other than when we did the indigenous people, have talked about soccer as being a popular sport. I love that you guys think that that is a popular sport and you want to tell about that. But today, let's think of 3 other things, something else other than soccer, because we know that that's in common with many, many, many countries. So what's unique to Ethiopia? Tell 3 things, make a video, and I can't wait to see what you guys have been learning about Ethiopia.